Thank you. Welcome to the 19th Annual Rotary Club of San Miguel de Allende Midday Citizen of the Year ceremony. My name is Joe Rufino. I will be the Master of Ceremonies today. This is the Rotary, this year's Rotary International theme is United for Good. And there's no doubt we have united here to celebrate the good and the great of our wonderful community. Before we get started with the festivities, I'd like to recognize a few special guests. Now, if you could hold your applause to the end, I will ask them to stand, and then at the end, we can applaud for all of them, okay? Oh, by the way, those of you who insist on having your phones on, you need to turn them off. I promise we'll remind you to tell them to turn them back on before we leave so you don't walk around all day with your phone off. Okay, so, I see, okay. So, from previous Citizen of the Year winners, I would like to have Robin Loving stand. Mario Hernandez. I know you want to clap. Is Dr. Grace Lim not here yet? Okay. Ezekiel. There he is. Ezekiel, please stand. We got Susan Page, Bill Wilkinson, Jessica Frick, Joey Merrifield, Guadalupe Alvarez, Violeta Hernandez, which is our, I'm sorry, I missed Patty. Patricia Palacios Cortez. Violeta is here from the Rotary Club of San Miguel, our mother club, I should say she was. Where Oliverio is not here. Maria Fernanda de Anda from the Rotaract Club. So please help me welcome our special guests here today. Thank you. Very much. Rotarians place service above self, and we live by a code of ethics that we call the four-way test. So here to guide us all in the four-way test today is Co-Vice President of Membership, Joyce Grenis. Joyce?
The members of the Rotary Club of San Miguel de Allende-Midday are among 1.2 million Rotarians living in more than 200 countries. We begin our weekly meetings with the four-way test, and those should be on the screen in front of you. We'll be coming back to that in just a second. This is our reminder of our values and our responsibilities as we go about our day-to-day lives and our day-to-day activities, and how we want to communicate with one another, whether that's with our family, socially, in our business interests, or with strangers. These are the standards that we hold ourselves to. I invite our Rotarians in the room, as well as our guests, to join me in saying our four-way test. Number 1, is it the truth? Number 2, is it fair to all concerned? Number 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Number 4, will it be beneficial to all? And we actually have a number 5 here, I have to admit it. And it's the one that's really the best of the group. And our number 5 is it's fun. Thank you for honoring our Rotarian values, and may you find use for them in your everyday lives. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Joyce. We Rotarians also have a tradition of beginning our meetings with inspiration. And here to share a bit of inspiration with us this morning is Rotarian Don Zealot.
Okay, so I'm Don Zealot. I am a proud Rotarian. I'm also a proud water ambassador for Caminos de Agua. And I'm happy to be Dylan's friend. Although we've seen each other quite a bit over the last couple of days, so maybe we should back off a little bit. Uh, Anyway, in honor of our Citizen of the Year, and acknowledging that this water crisis isn't just local and confined to Guanajuato State, it's an international issue also. We all know that. So I'm going to offer you these bits of inspiration. Now I read from the page. So this quote is from Jean-Michel Cousteau. We have the ability to provide clean water for every man, woman, and child on earth. What has been lacking is the collective will to accomplish this. What are we waiting for? This is the commitment we need to make to the world now. And then Matt Damon said, poverty feeds into the clean water crisis, which contributes to hunger and so on. There's undeniable interconnectivity among these issues. Just one of these problems can be deadly on its own. But in the most disadvantaged areas, there is a perfect storm of problems. And it takes its greatest toll on the children. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. As you will hear today, involvement with Rotary can be very touching. When Rotarians and others feel touched by that power of service above self, we call that a Rotary moment. Here to share a particularly appropriate Rotary moment with us this morning is Vice President of Club Services, Robin Loving.
Good morning. It's good to see you. For me, a Rotary moment is an indelible moment in time when a Rotarian or someone with a Rotarian is struck suddenly with awe for the power of Rotary. One of my personal Rotary moments is pertinent today because we celebrate, of course, Dylan's fabulous work as Citizen of the Year and what he's done with water in our area. I remember going out to the Campo with three-time President Lee Carter to see some women, some particularly empowered women, who had organized their community to maintain a water system so that they could have available water, something they had never had in generations of living there. Imagine being an under-resourced member of a rural community and having no clean water. Imagine going to a local stream to get water in the wet season and there being none in the dry season. Imagine making a pilgrimage on foot from your village to a nearby village to haul at least a bucket of well water back to ensure that your family had something to drink. But knowing that there was a huge probability that that water would be contaminated with fluoride and arsenic. This is how so many of our countrymen live here. So when women organized their community to create with Rotary funds a cistern to harvest the rain, to ensure that their families would have sufficient water to drink and cook with all year, imagine how much happier, healthier, empowered, and organized the entire village became. Our Rotary Club has provided the resources for training and instruction of more than 1,450 of these water systems in 65 of our rural communities over the past 18 years. And many of you have helped make this possible. Each cistern provides water for at least 7 people. So that's impact of probably 10,000 people who have water now, thanks to you. And we've gone back to those villages to help maintain them, etc. My heart absolutely swells as I think of the suffering that has been abated by the generosity of people like you and Rotary projects like this. Today, we're going to pass our project peso baskets, as you might see done in church, as you might see done at every Rotary meeting. And we hope that you will open your hearts and open your wallets in order to give us a few more pesos to help make our communities water safe. Thank you.
And now, let's start celebrating our Citizen of the Year for 2025. Here to present the award is President Andrea Spessard.
Good morning. Caminos de Agua founder and executive director Dylan Terrell has been selected as the Rotary Citizen of the Year for 2025. Caminos de Agua is a San Miguel-based nonprofit addressing one of Mexico's most urgent challenges, water scarcity and contamination. After years of working across Latin America, Dylan committed himself to San Miguel, where he built Caminos de Agua through partnerships with universities, Engineers Without Borders, local villages, and grassroots organizations. The organization has pioneered award-winning, low-cost technologies such as a ceramic water filter and a groundwater treatment system which removes dangerous levels of arsenic and fluoride from drinking water. Through a participatory, community-led model, Caminos de Agua empowers residents to design, build, and maintain water solutions, ensuring long-term sustainability. Over 15 years, this work has reached more than 200 rural communities, positively impacting more than 60,000 people, with 1,800 rainwater harvesting systems, multiple community-scale water treatment plants, and complementary educational efforts. Beyond technology and education, the organization advances open-source data and policy advocacy, influencing municipal and national strategies for water management. Dylan's innovation, collaboration, and justice make him a transformative leader whose impact extends from San Miguel to communities across Mexico and beyond. Dylan Terrell is a true hero to more than 200 local villages and communities in San Miguel. His empathy, creativity, and leadership check all of the characteristics of the best of Rotary International. He exemplifies the very best of civic leadership through his visionary, compassionate, and technically rigorous response to one of the most urgent challenges facing our region and the world: access to safe, affordable water. Dylan has transformed complex water scarcity and contamination problems into sustainable, community-led solutions that improve health, economic stability, and social cohesion. Dylan's work is distinguished by the thoughtful application of the technical skills and modern technology grounded in real-world conditions to achieve truly beneficial results. His ability to translate cutting-edge research into practical, scalable tools demonstrates exceptional technical and collaborative leadership. Equally important is Dylan's effectiveness as a manager and cross-cultural collaborator. Beginning with minimal resources, he built Caminos de Agua through strategic hiring, strong governance, and long-term partnerships, creating a multidisciplinary team that integrates engineering, community development, education, and data analysis. His leadership style prioritizes transparency and monitoring, ensuring accountability and continuous improvement while empowering governments, citizens, and institutions to make informed decisions. Dylan's work is deeply rooted in sensitivity and respect for our remote communities. Caminos de Agua operates only by invitation and uses participatory processes that place local residents in leadership roles from system design to maintenance. This approach builds trust, strengthens local capacity, and ensures long-term success. With a wide-ranging understanding of global and local water issues, from climate change to overuse of water and public health, Dylan has helped San Miguel and surrounding communities become models of innovation, equity, and collaboration. His work and the work of Caminos de Agua in new products and technologies related to sanitation is not only changing lives today, it is helping tip an entire system toward a more just and sustainable future. Let's watch a video of Dylan's outstanding impact with Caminos de Agua and the rural communities of San Miguel de Allende.
So it was really around 2010 when a group of several different organizations coalesced here in San Miguel. And we'd all been working on different international development projects around the world. And the one thing that all these organizations had in common is that we were really seeing the limitations of our impact. And so we came together looking for a better way to do this work. And we designed some really simple foundational concepts, some simple philosophies to help guide us on our way. The first is that we just decided that we're going to live where we work. Instead of being disconnected in an office in New York City, we're going to live in a specific region that we're trying to impact and try to create solutions and technologies for that region. We developed the skin in the game philosophy where we were going to develop technologies that we ourselves use in our own daily lives. And the third philosophy we developed was that we decided we're not going to enter communities directly. Instead, we're going to partner with grassroots organizations, community leaders, and instead of going in with an agenda, we were going to go in and listen and see how we could help support. So it was in about 2011 when we were invited to participate in Codecin, which was a coalition of grassroots community organizations and dozens of rural communities who all came together to work on the water crisis. And we saw pretty quickly how we could help support that effort. There had been some water quality studies done in the early 2000s and in 2006 that had uncovered excessive levels of fluoride and arsenic in the water. And we needed new data. And so we started reaching out to all of our university partners, hydrogeologists, and that's when we started a relationship with Northern Illinois University and then later with Texas A&M University.
Este tiempo en el que estamos pasando pues es sobre explotación de nuestro acuífero. Uno lo que más le duele es cómo a uno de comunidad te dan tan poquita agua cuando a las grandes empresas tienen demasiada y demasiado gasto.
So it turns out arsenic and fluoride is incredibly difficult to remove from the water. And so it got really depressing really quickly, just giving people bad information without any tangible solutions. And these contaminants are so difficult to remove that it was actually just easier to look for an entirely different water source. So that's when we turned to the rain.
Rainwater doesn't have toxins like fluoride and arsenic in it. So combine that with a ceramic water filter that takes care of pathogens and you have pure drinking water.
Y cuando vi a Dylan con este filtro, pues a mí se me hizo bien porque dije, pues está bien porque es para ayudar como a la gente que no tiene como muchos recursos. O sea, este filtro para filtrar el agua está muy bien.
So it was around that time in 2014, 2015, we were continuing our water monitoring program. We had started our rainwater harvesting program in earnest, and we'd also started developing our ceramic water filter. And so we all kind of collectively woke up one day and realized we're a water organization. So we really worked on building structure and professionalizing the organization.
My job was to build this system to remove arsenic and fluoride from groundwater, and then we would make it available for everyone. So I'm trying to figure out how to make a low-cost, accessible, zero electricity system to remove arsenic and fluoride from groundwater.
We exploded from about 2 or 3 staff members in 2015 to 10 full-time staff, as well as a growing network of technical fellows, interns, and volunteers who are really helping support the mission and move us forward.
El cómo nos acercamos con las comunidades, cómo interactuamos con esa vida a nivel comunitario, pues implica una responsabilidad también porque en esas interacciones también tenemos que dignificar la vida de las personas, tenemos que dignificar la vida de las comunidades y la tecnología tiene que ir en ese sentido.
Pues era algo que no se había visto, o sea, muy, no sé, muy bonito a la vez porque como que era un aliento de vida.
It is now my pleasure to invite Dylan to receive the 2025 Citizen of the Year Award.
That's my cue. Wow, this is a lot. Thank you all so much for being here today. Thank you to Rotary, Midday Rotary here for this recognition. I'm very genuinely honored by it, truly, but I also receive it with quite a bit of discomfort, if I'm being honest, because the truth is work like ours is never the work of one person. So while I'm the one standing up here today, this recognition really belongs to a lot of other people. First and foremost, it belongs to the rural communities that we've had the privilege to work alongside for years now all across our watershed. Communities that have faced real serious water challenges, and they've done so with dignity, with courage, with persistence, and with a willingness to work together. It belongs to the grassroots community leaders who accompany those communities in those processes. A group of mostly women who have partnered with us since the very beginning and who have taught me what leadership means over many, many years now. And it belongs in a very special way to the people who make Caminos de Agua what it is. Our volunteers, our incredibly dedicated board of directors, and especially our staff. Nuestro equipo. They do the hard, patient, and often invisible work every single day. I'm humbled by how thoughtful, capable, and committed they all are. And for any of you who have had the pleasure to know one of them, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Honestly, most of the time, I feel like my job is just trying to stay out of their way. So any good that has come from this work is because of them far more than it is because of me. 2 days ago was World Water Day, and I was giving a talk about water here in the region, and the main thing I kept coming back to then, and what I want to come back to again this morning, is that this work has never been only about water. It's about community. This story starts almost 15 years ago, in April of 2011, actually. I arrived in San Miguel after working on a sustainable construction project in Chiapas, Mexico, and I thought I was coming for maybe a month. That plan did not hold up especially well because here I stand today. At that time, I had no intention of working on water, but when we started listening to the communities, to the grassroots leaders, it became very clear very quickly that the issue here was water. Contamination, scarcity, failing systems, all of it. So what started almost by accident became the work of my life. And one of the biggest things I've learned over these years is that lasting solutions do not come from outsiders showing up with answers. They come from listening, from building relationships. They come from the communities themselves, understanding their challenges, organizing together, and taking ownership over those solutions. I've seen it. I've seen it in communities that come together to build rainwater harvesting systems after years without safe water access, and in mothers doing everything they can to protect the health of their families. I've seen it in villages that now run their own water treatment plants through local committees with the knowledge and responsibility staying exactly where it should in the community itself. And I've seen it in the women who were once expected to simply manage water in the homes become the operators, the administrators, the technical leaders of those complex community water systems, and occasionally correcting me on how they actually work. I've also seen it in people here in this room, many of you, who have chosen to care about something that is easy to ignore until it's impossible to ignore. who have given your time, resources, and your belief in this work. This circle is wider than most people know, and I'm grateful for every person in it. That's the real story, and those are the people I think about when I receive a recognition like this. Now, I also want to say something personal. Over the years, San Miguel and our greater watershed has become home in every sense. It's where I've built not just my work, but my life, and where my wife and daughter, who are here today, have shared this journey with me. So, Pilar, thank you. Thank you for being such a true partner in all of this. I'm constantly inspired by the work that you do and by the way that you show up for communities with such grace and with such care. And thank you, too, for putting up with a life that has involved more conversations about arsenic and fluoride than any person should reasonably have to endure. And to my daughter, Lucia, thank you for the joy and perspective you bring to my life and for reminding me in the most important way possible why this work matters. The three of us make a pretty decent team. I also want to thank my broader family, especially my parents and my grandparents. My grandparents dedicated their lives to social justice, and their examples shaped me deeply. And my parents gave me an incredible gift. In some ways, all this started when they shipped me off to Guatemala at 17. They never pushed me towards a conventional path or to get a real job, which, depending on how you define things, may still be an open question. But instead, they gave me the freedom to explore, to see this world more broadly, and to believe that what matters most is trying to make a meaningful impact in the lives of real people. They've supported me in every step of the way, and in fact, my dad and I really started this work together after working side by side in Chiapas all those years ago. So thanks, Mom and Dad. And finally, I'll just say this. If there's anything worth honoring in the work that I have been so lucky to be a part of, it's not an individual accomplishment. It's what becomes possible when communities and grassroots organizations and NGO partners and local leaders and concerned citizens and supporters and institutions all come together around a shared problem and refuse to just accept that things have to stay the way they are. That is what I've had the privilege to witness. It's what gives me hope, and that is what this recognition really belongs to. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Dylan. Thank you to Rotarians and our visitors for helping us recognize Dylan as the 2025 Citizen of the Year. We will now exit as we came in and gather in the Sala Quetzal, which is out there. So you guys get your stuff together and go on out there, and we will meet you in there for some refreshments. Thank you very much, and everyone have a wonderful day.